Yeah, see, just imagine like when I talked before about enduring things, going through my childhood and always receiving, let's say, to never be enough. Yeah, but still, I mean, still I had this internal fire going to still always give my best, but for the sake of my parents. Yeah, and so, yeah, from the age of 4, elementary school, give your best. High school, give your best. Studying, give your best. Study again, okay. I do again. So all the time, not because I necessarily wanted all of this, it's because for the sake of my parents, for the sake of they are the ones who allowed me in the first place to in a way be alive. Yeah, also thanks to them. So this was in a way my expression of what they say. As long as they are alive, I listen to them. So, and then, walking all the way up to this academic education, then finally graduating like after 20 years. And then I just returned from the graduation back to Kaiserslautern, the city where I lived. And that was the last year I spent with my father. Yeah. So literally meaning spending so many years in this academic education for my father, and now he's not even there to witness that it has been done for him. Now this was like a point where I thought like, yeah, this was the one area, yeah, that stuck somehow a little bit hard. And then the next things, yeah, I call it maybe small, but it's not so small apparently, because I grew up in, let's say, this Asian tradition with, let's say, different type of beliefs or rituals or ceremonies that we do. One of these things was that when my father was still lying in hospital, and it was clear that it's just gonna take a few days until he would pass away, he, for example, also said, well, he only said it to me because, I would be the only one who is able to do it. Don't cry for me. Because he couldn't say it to my mother. She cannot handle it. Couldn't say it to my brother. Yeah, but because I trust in the tradition, the reason why not to cry when my father passed away is because we do think the body is there, the body passes away, the spirit sets itself free. And when the spirit simply realizes that all the sons are there, the family is there crying, the spirit in a way is still bound to this realm, bound to the earth's realm, let's say. And in order to be able to help my father actually to move on quicker, that was the reason why it is sometimes so important to don't show any grief in the moment when a beloved one like passes away. But all of these things, yeah, spending so many years for my father, then he's not there to realize it, then not being able to cry, and then being in all this very, very hard field and always like overachieving and no problem working 16 hours a day. Well, these are all the things that made it possible to be where I am right now. But at the same time, I just do feel like, especially in the moment now when my son started to come and all of these things, I just felt like there's a lot blocked there. There's a lot that still needs to be released for the sake of my son.
What is it you needed, and when did you need it?
I would call it recognition. Being recognized by my father at some point. To finally somehow say, you did well is enough. But it didn't come until today. So I still keep going. I never heard it from my father. From my mother, I also don't hear it. Well, maybe in a different way, but I do think it is the father's recognition that you probably aim for. So these are absolutely things that do shape my character for sure.
Many people will be able to relate in their own ways, and maybe their parents have now passed on or are no longer with us. So I'm wondering if there is a way to hear it from yourself.
Yes, there is. And again, this leads to the fact of sometimes it's very, very helpful to really shut the world out of you and spend time with yourself. And actually create what you think you were missing there. Create it because you're the one who creates it. That's exactly what I do think, that when we were speaking about it right now, of course we could say that what is it that I was looking for from my father? Fact is, I'm not going to hear it from him anymore. So I need to hear it, of course, by myself. And this is where it comes to all these type of practices and methods that many specialists now, they also like emphasizing, regardless of how you call them, yeah?
And what are those sentences in particular that if I was your father, you would want me to say to you right now?
Well, something like, you did well, you did enough, I see what you are doing, but now take your energy back and give it to your son. Give him everything that you feel you didn't receive from me.
And if you heard those words from him, how do you think you would change?
I do think there will be change. And I do think there is already change. And this is maybe like the part where like specialists now, they would say, it's not necessarily an area of the conscious mind. I do think that these are talks right now more dealing with subconsciously is stored inside our, let's say, in our mind. I think this is where it plays a role, you know, especially when it's about patterns that come up. It's not consciously. When you're conscious enough, you can regulate already a lot. It's the subconscious things that you are not aware of that are still a part of your life. And if you wouldn't have asked about my father, I wouldn't even think about him for 1 month. It's all not a problem. Yeah, but I do still think that these are like very, very deep layers that just translate a lot unconsciously into the way of doing things, in the way of how I see things also. And this is where I feel like it probably would help.
Have you grieved his passing?
Yes, I do think at some extent when the 49 days, that's the period of where it's normally said don't grieve at that time, 49 days. Afterwards I did, yes, but probably there's still a lot more to release.